Ever wondered what happens when you remove the brain of the most logical being in the galaxy? Strap in, folks, because we're about to venture into the infamous world of Spock's brain. Known as one of the most maligned episodes in the Star Trek, the original series, its reputation is, let's just say, less than stellar. Here's the lowdown. The episode revolves around the inexplicable theft of Spock's brain, leaving the Vulcan science officer in a state of living limbo. The crew of the Enterprise then embarks on a wild goose chase across the cosmos to retrieve it. To say this plot was met with a raised eyebrow would be an understatement. Fans and critics alike have often lambasted it for its cliches and implausible storyline. But is it truly as bad as its reputation suggests? Or is there something more to it, lurking beneath the surface? So let's dive in and see what makes this episode so notoriously bad, or maybe just misunderstood. Imagine waking up one day and finding your brain missing. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly the premise we're dealing with in the infamous Star Trek episode, Spock's Brain. The episode starts off on a rather absurd note, with a mysterious woman who somehow manages to steal Spock's brain, leaving the Vulcan's body in a vegetative state. Now, as much as we love science fiction for its ability to push the boundaries of our imagination, this plot point seems to be pushing a bit too far. How exactly does one go about stealing a brain without causing any visible damage? And more importantly, how does the body continue to function without it? Even by Star Trek's standards, this is a stretch. The show is known for its logical and scientific approach to storytelling. It's a universe where technology and intellect solve problems, not create them. But Spock's brain strays far from this path. Instead, it relies on cliched tropes in a plot that seems to have been pulled straight from a B-grade science fiction novel. For instance, the episode is riddled with cliches, such as the technologically advanced yet socially backward society, the damsel in distress, and the hero who saves the day. These are all tropes we've seen before, and they feel out of place in the otherwise nuanced Star Trek universe. Furthermore, the episode lacks the depth and complexity we've come to expect from the series. The plot is straightforward, with no twists or turns, and the characters are one-dimensional. The story is driven by a single, unlikely event, and the resolution is equally improbable. It's a far cry from the intricate plots and layered characters that have made Star Trek a cultural phenomenon. Spock's Brain is an episode that, in many ways, feels like an anomaly in the Star Trek universe. Its implausible plot and reliance on cliches make it stand out, and not in a good way. Yet despite its flaws, it has managed to leave a lasting impression on viewers, for better or for worse. Clearly, this episode takes a leap of faith, but is it all just nonsensical, or is there something more beneath the surface? Despite its flaws, Spock's Brain has left an indelible mark on pop culture. Curious how? Well, let's delve into it. You see, the phrase Spock's brain has transcended the bounds of the Star Trek universe to become a cultural term in its own right. It's now used to refer to any television episode that, despite its best intentions, ends up being unintentionally humorous due to its absurd plot or over-the-top performances. In essence, it's a kind of shorthand for a particular kind of TV mishap, if you will. And this isn't just an obscure reference known only to die-hard Trekkies. Oh no, Spock's Brain has permeated the broader pop culture landscape. Its influence can be seen in a range of TV shows and movies, from the likes of The Simpsons to Futurama, where the episode has been referenced, parodied, and even celebrated for its so-bad-it's-good qualities. But it doesn't stop there. The term has also been used in music, with a punk rock band named Spock's Brain that clearly relishes in the kitschiness of the original episode. And let's not forget about the countless memes and internet jokes that have sprung up around Spock's Brain, further cementing its place in the cultural lexicon. What's more, the episode's influence extends beyond mere entertainment. It has also sparked discussions about the nature of intelligence, the role of technology in society, and even the ethics of brain control. In other words, Spock's Brain, for all its shortcomings, has managed to provoke thought and debate, which is, after all, a key aspect of Star Trek's enduring appeal. So whether it's being used as a punchline, a band name, or a springboard for deeper conversations, the influence of Spock's Brain is far-reaching and enduring. It's a testament to the power of popular culture to take something that was originally deemed a failure and turn it into a symbol with its own kind of success. So while Spock's Brain may not be a shining example of Star Trek at its best, its cultural impact is undeniable. Let's take a second look at Spock's Brain. Is it really as bad as its reputation suggests? Often, in the realm of science fiction, the absurd and the implausible serve as exaggerated metaphors for real-world issues. So, could it be that Spock's brain was intended as a satirical commentary on society? Some critics argue that this episode, with its outrageous plot and over-the-top execution, was meant to highlight the absurdities of our own world. Through the lens of satire, Spock's brain could be viewed as a critique of the human tendency to over-rely on technology, or of the dangers of objectifying intelligence without valuing the individual behind it. Beyond the realm of satire, let's not forget that Star Trek has always been about exploring new frontiers, pushing boundaries, and taking risks. In that spirit, Spock's brain, while not a conventional episode, does embody the show's penchant for boldness and experimentation. It dared to tread where no episode had gone before, and in doing so, it gave us a story that, while flawed, was undeniably unique. And despite its many perceived shortcomings, Spock's brain does have its share of redeeming qualities. Its dialogue, while often ridiculed for its absurdity, has a certain charm that makes it memorable. Phrases like "brain and brain, what is brain?" have become iconic in their own right, adding a layer of unexpected humor to the episode. Additionally, Leonard Nimoy's performance as a brainless Spock was a testament to his incredible range as an actor, providing a different perspective on a beloved character. So while Spock's brain may have its fair share of critics, it also has its defenders, and its place in Star Trek history is secure. Whether you love it, hate it, or love to hate it, Spock's brain is a Star Trek episode that will forever live in infamy.